up to the sunrise, let the day begin. Johnny and Mark are here, let the laughter in. With every sip of coffee, feel the warmth inside. Conversations and humor take you for a ride. Your morning boost with Johnny and Mark, a perfect blend of laughter, igniting the spark, inspiration and insight. Join the journey, let them light your way. It's a brew of connection, a world to explore, a network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you. As the day unfolds, carry what you've heard, inspire and inform with every single word. Johnny and Mark beside you as you start a new day, the morning show that lifts you through and through. A network of voices opening the door. With Johnny and Mark, feel the power of two, a morning tradition just waiting for you.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reselling, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
See the special man.
You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Cajun roots, Johnny understands.
Johnny understands.
Let him have it with no problem, see the special man. Let him have it with no problem, see the special man.
Hello, good morning and welcome where it's currently 40 degrees here in Massachusetts, and I'm looking forward to it being in the 60s today, tomorrow, and the 70s on Wednesday. And then we'll drop back into the 40s at the end. So how's the weather in your neck of the woods, Mr. J?
Still wondering what the heck happened to spring. They've still got us firmly planted in summer and air conditioning going wild.
I believe it too, because it's been weird weather up here too. And first in the chat is Regina. Hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you doing today?
Good morning, Lady Regina.
Great attitude is like a perfect cup of coffee. Don't start your day without it. That is so true. Little Debbie, hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you doing? Good to see you.
Little Debbie.
The week should be nice spring weather. Yeah, you're right about that. Adventures, Johnny. Yeah, I saw that. I had to reset my YouTube because it was still on evidently from this weekend. It was weird because I was typing this morning in Auntie Mama's live and it was correct. So I guess because I opened it. Plan on wearing the bunny ears all week. Oh Lord, that's gonna make your head hurt.
Debbie, pictures or it didn't happen, and as far as being a weirdo, that's why you fit in so well around here with all the rest of us
Angela,
weirdos.
hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you
Morning, Angela.
doing? You're welcome. And look at this, surprise, surprise, surprise. Look who's here early with us. Randy, hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you doing?
Randy.
Good to see you. Scarlett, hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you doing?
Lady Scarlett.
Even Amy is here this morning. Hello, good morning and welcome, Amy. How are you doing? Good to see you. And Carol, hello, good morning and welcome. And y'all, this weekend, I'm not going to go into details, but she got me good yesterday. We did meet up with her and her husband. His birthday was yesterday, and we had a great time. And I didn't think nothing about it. She asked a serious question, and here I am following the answers. And at the end, she got me good. And I can't repeat it on live show, but it was. And then I posted something again this morning, and she comments on that one the same way. So I knew I wasn't gonna fall for it twice. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking, but I should have because of the comments and pictures that she's been doing on Facebook. Yeah,
And
she got it.
and Carol was the epitome of what you should do if something goes wrong on a live during her shop hop. She handled that so beautifully, with fun and just oh, it was, you know, it was a master class in staying positive when things go wrong. Yeah, it
Nope,
was awesome.
it's not ever.
Really, Randy, aren't you supposed to be out putting like tons of more comments to try to get you all the boxes?
Oh no, I can't. I can't repeat that on live YouTube. No, no, and I won't. Speaking of comments, today and tomorrow is the last days that you can have a chance to make a comment on any video on any channel to get get yourself a chance to win a box of moon pies come on next Monday. It's always the
Woohoo.
first Monday of the month, but it does end tomorrow. However, because of the week, you still have all week to make sure you catch up on all videos, leave those comments on all channels, as well as another public service announcement. If you're on eBay and you have a level store where you get a coupon for your shipping supplies, free shipping supplies, make sure you use it before you lose it. You got today and tomorrow, and it ends by midnight tomorrow night, or you're going to lose it. So make sure you get it so you don't lose it. Because come April 1st, we get a new one. Yeah. Have we noticed on Facebook how Johnny's achieving masters of lots of programs, and that's with the AI, awaiting for the final batter.
Beta program.
It started out as a beta program, and I will give you the hints about this one. It started as a beta, then I turned on and went ahead and signed up for it, and I'm almost done. I got one more program left to finish, and I'll be done with the whole thing. And yes, she got me good. Yeah, it was it was a good one. And again, I'm all for it. I just kept asking the questions, and she asked, and I answered. Speaking of other public service announcements, if you would like to be on the reseller community shop hop train sale, I want to make sure and point out it is actually for you to do it as an uploaded premiere. However, it is allowed that you can do it if you choose to as a live. But originally, it's all for pre-recorded. So if you don't want to do a pre-recorded and you don't, or you, things happen, I understand that. But please do not scare yourself to go live on these on the reseller community shop hop. Make sure your mindset is that you're going to do it as a pre-recorded. That way, at the end of if you decide to do it live, then that's fine. Switch it to live. That is fine. But May the 30th, I do have 2 spots left for May 30th for that one. However, if you are a member of the channel, for June the 2nd, I now have 3 spots left for June the 30th, which is the rapid fire round showcasing of members of the channel. Remember, you do not have to be a member to be part of it. You only need to be a member to be on the panel. And yes, you can purchase even though you're not a member. One more public service announcement. If you would like to be on the Hump Day auction, I am now currently booked all the way through July, all the way through August. I'm now having only 2 spots left in September for the Hump Day. If you have not signed up for it yet, I do have September the 2nd or September the 23rd, 1 spot each. And on the September 30th, I have 2 spots each on that day. So there's 3 dates available. The 2nd and the 23rd is only 1 spot. And on the 30th, I have 2 spots, and that is for the month of September. And Jay, what do you got coming up? Because I saw that was a thumbnail in my homepage today.
Yeah, tomorrow night we decided that since we had an extra Tuesday, we're adding another Misty Media Live tomorrow night, which is on my favorite topic, humor in writing. We're going to be talking about our favorite humorous books, authors that make us laugh, and what makes people laugh, how to communicate that through writing. The week after, we are going to still be on our regular schedule, but that's an extremely we're really going to be plugging that one the week after because we'll be moving the time up by an hour. One of my authors from Czechoslovakia, from the Czech Republic, will be joining us on Misty Media Live. It's a heck of a time difference. But he'll be on to talk about what it's like writing in two languages because he publishes everything in his native language and then gets translations done. So that's going to be a really good one. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Angie's Oddities, Denise's Magical Emporium. Um, uh, I believe Rosie was in there, and I'm missing somebody. Oh, Janine's, for the extremely successful event that they held on Friday for Doug, the fundraiser. Huge thanks to Susie for coming through in a clutch with a massive donation that's really basically lets the auctions pay for other stuff besides the items that they were trying to raise money for. Susie actually had the items, and I know they're working out to figure out how to get those to Doug. But really, really great job with those folks coming together for the community and taking care of one of our own. It was a pleasure to see everybody step up like that and be a part of it. I know Robin called in at one point and she joined in to sell stuff. It was just a really, really awesome community moment.
Carol and I had that conversation yesterday about that, about how the community comes together during our dinner, our lunch. Jennifer, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome.
Hey, Jennifer.
Ashley, hello, good morning again. Welcome. And how are you doing?
Ashley.
Yeah, we can crack up about it now. Girl, she had me good. Yes, we were laughing. Yes. And Miss Denise, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you.
Good morning,
Miss
Miss D.
Stacy, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. And Jeffrey, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing?
Hi,
Good to see
Jeffy.
you and welcome. Susie, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing?
There's the
Good to
lady herself.
everybody saying hello. Chrissy and Stacy, good to see you. Welcome. Everybody saying hello and good morning to each other. Go ahead and laugh. Don't hold back. Glenn, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome.
Swampy.
Uh, let's see. Glenn. Everybody
We
saying
never get
hello.
to hang out
Johnny,
long with
you
Swampy.
were a professor. I had a crush on you in my dream. Don't take, girl, I ain't got no, I ain't taking no offense. Thank you for letting me know. I was a professor. I
Ashley,
think I
what
was
did
a professor in my past life.
Ashley, what did you eat before you went to sleep to get a dream like that? You gotta lay off that 2 day old pizza, girl, before you go to sleep at night.
A pizza with pineapple on it and ham. Jay, I was thinking I would subscribe to your channel. I just,
Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. I
oh,
appreciate that.
cool. None, no offense taken, Ashley. It takes a lot to offend me, and that's not it. Johnny looks like a professor with his long. Yeah, right. And there was a guy in New Orleans that he did. It was called the Nutty Professor, but he did more about Mardi Gras every year. And what he did was he had a long white beard, but he would paint it purple, green, and gold with glitter. Child would never put that kind of stuff in my beard. I don't think so.
Oh my
That's
God,
just
the
not
glitter,
you, child.
the glitter alone, you'd be spending like 6 months trying to get it
Yeah.
out of there.
But yeah, he did that every year for the news on Channel 4 in New Orleans. It's like, yeah, Jeffrey, go to the doctor if you need to. Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Go directly. Also, there was something else I wanted to point out. Don't forget, first Sunday of the month, I will be on with Mark and Mike at Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale, which this month coming up will be the first Sunday, which is Easter Sunday. I'll be on with Mark and Mike. Next month, you're gonna see me a lot on other channels. I will be on with the Friends Selling with Friends on the June the 7th, April the 7th, 1:30. And on the Sunday the 12th at 2 o'clock, I'll be on with Al's Full Chef Shop. And on the 19th, I'll be on with Regina and Carol on Regina's channel. And so, yeah, I'll be on a lot next month and hopefully add to it. I'm looking forward to being on other channels. Also, yesterday, when I met up with Carol, we met up at my new antique booth place that I have. And they got a chance to see it. And I showed them like the expanding portion of what they're doing there. And I want to make a sale. And speaking of sales, Carol, you remember that particular item I showed you yesterday on Facebook, on YouTube, on my phone of the items that I sold and who I got it from? It sold this morning for full asking price, by the way. That'll be on this Friday's Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? So make sure if you do not or have not sent in your items that are sold, please make sure to send me those links. And in the email, make sure you put where you bought it, how much you paid for it, and if you took an offer, how much was that offer for? And make sure you include the link to that item. May
Good morning,
9th is
Joanne.
Scarlett's birthday. I think I already have her on the schedule, on the calendar. Let me look.
Wait, when is Scarlett's birthday?
May 9th?
All right, we got to chip in for a present.
Yeah, she's already on the community calendar. Yep, she's on there.
Gotta chip in to buy her a new
May
Halo.
9th. And then again, the next couple of days, I'll be updating the. Um, I can't tell you that, Carol. Ha! That's that. That's where I cut that. Nope. You're balding on your back. Ooh, definitely go to the doctor. May 9th, I'm having a purge sale with. Oh no! Awesome.
You say purge sale, and the first thing that comes to mind to me is the movie The Purge, and I'm like, you're gonna go around killing people? That's for money? That's awesome.
That's the first thing I think of when I see that. When I used to see that every year, dude, no, stop, no. Joanne, hello, good morning, and welcome. That's one thing I will never put in my beard is glitter.
Ugh.
I have 2 weeks of work now. I have 2 4-day weeks. Oh, okay. I misread that.
I wish I could work
Not
just 4 days a
2
week.
4-day weeks. Let's see. May 9th is Scarlett's birthday. Yep, it's on the calendar. We'll be on Al's Full Shelf Shop tonight.
Woohoo!
Patrick, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you
Hey,
doing? Good
Patrick.
to see you. Welcome. And you know, every time I see a Domino's pizza, I think of you with this comment right here. Like, oh, there goes his commission. Uh, a new Halo. That's what she needs for her birthday. She
Cool.
needs the one like what Regina wears, the horns that are holding the Halo.
Uh,
That's what you
she
need.
either needs a new Halo or she needs a lot of
Uh,
brasso to get the tarnish off of it. One of the two.
that's why she's wearing a stolen Halo from Just Be Kathy. How's she doing? Has anybody heard from her? I haven't seen her in a while. AB Matt, hey, how are you doing, Matt? Good to see you. Welcome. Pineapple pizza, yes. I will be on East Coast Resellers today after Johnny's show. That's at 10:30, y'all. That's
Nice.
right.
So glad
And
you're
don't
back
forget,
at it, D.
um, yeah, but I believe she's still doing her PT right now. So don't overdo it, Miss Denise.
Yeah, we
Be
want you
careful.
around it in one piece.
Yeah. Not heard from Kathy. Last time I was with Robin. Last time I was with Robin. Oh, I see what you. Yeah, I remember when. Yeah, Robin passed away. Yep, I got it. But I thought I see her every now and then on Facebook. That's about it.
Tooch! My buddy Tooch.
What's up, Toochman? Driving and listening. Well, be careful with that on the road. Don't be texting and driving. Use
I
your.
love me some Tooch. One of these days I have got to meet that guy in person. He's high on my list of people I gotta meet.
By the way, I just want to mention, how many of y'all have had multiple days without sales on eBay? Well, there's all kind of theories about what's going on, but you know what? I finally broke that theory because this morning I woke up and got 5 sales this morning, whereas for the last 11 days I had 0 from eBay. But that was nice to wake up to that this morning and another sale on Etsy. But yeah,
They
like all
just
of a
they
sudden,
eBay just launched a whole new initiative in Australia with no fees for sellers.
I wish they would.
I was watching Back from Burnout, and she was talking about that. You know, she was surprised looking at her going through all the new stuff for Australia. Man, they've got some interesting stuff going on with eBay down there.
Yeah, and also don't forget if you're starting or thinking about starting on Vinted, be careful because I have every day gotten an email message saying things like, what will be the lowest you paid? Do you have more information about it? Can you send me more pictures? If it's not on the site, I ain't sending you nothing. I'm not saying you nothing else that I already done did. All the information's there. But be careful because they're trying to troll people and get you to go into a scam. Stay on any platform. If you're getting any kind of spam emails, do not reply on off the website. Stay on whatever platform you're
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
and keep it on that platform, please. Because anytime I start a new platform, it's always like that. To this day, I still get some like that on Macari. Very few now on Etsy. But yeah, be careful. Don't fall for it. I love Mel. Yes, she is. Congratulations on so many sales on eBay today. Johnny has been zipped for me too. Yeah, I've had sales on Macari. I mean on Poshmark and Etsy. But it's like for the last because I keep track of my sales. The last sale was 11 days ago. Yeah.
You know what? I gotta ask, what happened to Etsy? I thought Etsy was supposed to be a platform for, original artwork and original stuff. And I went looking uh, for cremation pendants yesterday for some ashes I want to be able to wear with me. And I mean, I'm stunned at like how many people are selling the exact same thing that's clearly, some sort of Chinese knockoff import thing. And I was like, I thought that wasn't what the Etsy platform was supposed to be about. I could only find one or two people who are making original jewelry to, for that
Actually, there's
purpose.
somebody here on YouTube that's doing it, and I can't remember who it was. Now that you say that, somebody had jewelry with that, and I might have been maybe Deborah. Timeless Jewels by Deborah, I think. I can't remember who it was now.
Because I mean, obviously,
Uh,
obviously, I want to support somebody who's making that stuff themselves, or not just buying from Temu and reselling on Etsy. But I really thought that's what the Etsy platform was supposed to be, was all original stuff.
Hello, good morning, and welcome, Donna. How are you doing? Good to see you. Wait, did you say 11 days without a sale on? Yep, yep. I've had sales on Poshmark and Etsy, but not on eBay for the last 11 days. Yeah. That was my longest days without going without a sale on eBay. It only has to be 20 years or older, but Etsy has been, yeah, you're right about that. I have an Etsy account.
I mean, because whenever possible, you know, I only try to buy from small retailers or handcrafted stuff. That just I don't want to be supporting somebody who's ordering junk catalogs from Asia and reselling that crap on the platform.
And it's supposed to be handmade or vintage, correct. And that's true. And thank you, Patrick. Yeah. But and that's another thing. I've been listing every day. Yeah. So this theory of, oh, make sure you list every day. Make sure you do this every day. Make sure you do, it doesn't matter what you do. The sales ain't gonna be there because I think, my opinion, I think it's like this every year. It's the time of the year because guess what's going on right now? We got all this crap going on in the United States and the world. But what time of the year is it right now? Tax season. Most people are trying to get their taxes in, and that's why sales are low and slow. I do this every year. Every year go through it.
But
So
then the
I
refund
don't
checks come in.
stress over it. Huh?
Then the refund checks come in, and then you
Then
start
we hit
seeing
again.
spending again.
Yep. Yeah. That'll
That's
just
one of the good things about being in publishing,
2 days
is
before
that
Christmas.
most of the
Yep.
time anything that's entertainment is typically bulletproof to the economy, because even in the worst of times, like cinema in particular, even during the Great Depression, it was like the anything that's entertainment for the masses is almost always bulletproof, because people need something to get their mind off the troubles going on in the world. And so I mean, not that any of our stuff's expensive anyway, but they're more willing to spend money on things that entertainment and take them out of their everyday problems.
And Jennifer makes a good point. It's supposed to be handmade by you or items that you can create something with craft wise. But if you're listing something that you did not hand make yourself, that's not good. And that's what you see a lot lately. Did my taxes yesterday, and I am relieved it is done. I did mine over a week ago. Yeah. And Michael, hello, good morning, and
Hey,
welcome.
good
And how
morning,
are you
Michael.
doing? Such a relief, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Michael, I
It
keep
sure
meaning
is.
to
Right?
send. I keep meaning to send you an email about a really, really cool thing I just accomplished with using AI for my company, and I mean, it is a huge advancement for my company with what I was able to accomplish. But was kind of scary at the same time as the as AI was sitting there writing code for my website, which was just astounding.
Yeah, Ms. Denise, you should put it on Etsy. I would put it on Poshmark too. Put it on multiple platforms to get more eyes on those products,
Cross sell,
especially
cross
with you
sell,
making all
cross
those
sell, cross
brews.
sell. I tell this to people who put their books, solely on Amazon, and they're like, yeah, because Amazon's the 300-pound gorilla. And you know what? I make it my policy. It's not my job to tell my customers and my readers where they're allowed to buy stuff. I should be making it available absolutely anywhere and everywhere, so they have as many options as humanly possible to pick up my stuff for wherever it's convenient for them or for whatever platform they're loyal to. That's my job as somebody who's selling.
Hello, Miss Heather. Hello, good morning, and welcome. I did mine's been about a week and a half that I've done mine already on Etsy. I kind of figured that one. Yeah, you should.
Good
Let's
morning,
see.
Noel.
Donna says my son is building a site on AI for people to pay him to use, and other dudes want him to build one site for him business through AI is making pretty good money. Actually, Michael, are you still working on that program you were working on? I know had a lot of things going on. I know you were trying to get it done by a certain time. I'm not sure how you doing on that so far. Mia's auction tonight at 6. There you go. There's the link. Set
Yay!
your reminder. I am gonna start them up. There you go. You have
Absolutely.
film pieces you already made. Wow, you've been busy.
That's like Dawn. I know Dawn handcrafts a whole bunch of. She crochets and does other projects like that. I'm like, that's the kind of stuff that should be all over. Put that stuff all over the place.
I got 3 more crates of quotes I got to put online. I got to take pictures of.
Well, what are you waiting for, Johnny? It's not like you got anything else to do.
Did y'all hear anything? Well, my goal today, every day I have a master goal. And today, speaking of master, Carol, today is my goal that I'm emptying out one of my storage units. Today is the day that it's finally going to be empty. So that is my goal for the day. And that's what my plans are. I've got to go pick up the U-Haul at 12 o'clock. I tried to put my stuff all over the place, but nobody will be buying it. Actually, you got to make sure you have some really good, clear pictures, a good description, and like measurements and stuff like that. Especially when it's handmade, Etsy is the place to be on that.
Yeah, it's
Apologizing for Matt. There ain't no need to apologize. To
no.
all who came to see the guest on the podcast, I had no problem with it. They had problems with the chat. One thing I can definitely say, they didn't know how to keep up with that shit. They had a problem with the chat. They stayed on to see the podcast.
Matt never apologized for somebody else's problem. You know what? You showed up, you did the work, you put it out there that you were there. You know what? You did everything in your power to be the best guest you could possibly be. You brought people to the show. You have absolutely nothing to apologize for. You more than carried your
Actually,
weight.
yeah, I didn't stay the whole show because I had things I had to do. But yeah, reseller toolkit, still working on it, but I had to put it on hold. I figured that. I knew that to take care of it.
What is your real job, Michael? I honestly don't know. I assumed you're in some sort of horror film or something with all the horror stuff you collect, but I could be way off base.
Think of travel. He's in the travel industry. That's all I'm going to say unless he tells you more in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Booking and traveling. I'll leave it at that because he's talked about it many a times of what he does. It takes a
Uh,
very long time to crochet. Yes, it does. I got to finish a crocheted Afghan right now. I just got to put the edge on it. A 10 thread, make a beautiful baby dress. Oh, okay. Yeah, you do a lot of that. That's right. Well, Crystal, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. That's right. You don't have to apologize for somebody else's work.
no,
Doing a
never.
lot in your listing, helping. Yeah, it is. And I was just curious. Yeah. I'm an AI automation self-service. Travel
Very
Agency,
cool.
London. Yep. There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's been doing that for a long time.
See,
The state
here I was
seller
thinking you
want
worked in
to.
like I thought you made horror films or something
That's
from all the
he
stuff you had
still
so
does that too. Yes, he does that too. Just like with Susie. The estate sale I went to over the weekend energized me. You know, I have to say, y'all got to go watch Matt's videos. The first thing I've ever seen in any estate sale was when he was waiting in line and the guy comes out and does everything as far as what's going on. And because of the size of the house, they had to go if you were there for the jewelry, comic books, coins, or whatever, when you waited in line, you went in and you had to go to the left and wait in another line for them to bring you upstairs, and they would bring you two at a time. Y'all gotta go watch that
Wow.
because I thought it was pretty clever.
Hello, Moto.
I gotta take this.
So Scarlett, now we just got to get you to our side of the pond, and we'll take you on a road trip, and this way you can run around and meet everybody. That would I we can line up a whole tour for you. Yeah, Donna, it's you know, it's like unless you're finding, you know, really great deals on, you know, clearance or something like that, it is really hard to find. I've been following somebody on Facebook who does a daily post on crochet, and he's been working on the same blanket now for a few months, but boy, the amount of effort that goes into it, I don't know how anybody would earn back the money for the time that they put into it. I think, you know, hopefully people understand there's quality, but wow, that seems like so much effort into crocheting. I applaud people who have the patience for that. I'd be throwing my needles across the room.
What size needle do you use, Donna? That was the U-Haul place calling me to let me know that the person in front of me that had the reservation canceled, and they told me I could come in and get it earlier. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, I can get that done earlier. So that's pretty cool. Because I have it until 5 o'clock is what I booked it for.
Where do you have to take everything to, Johnny? You got to bring it all home?
No, I have my other storage unit that I'm bringing everything to.
Ah,
I'm basically downsizing because it's cheaper where I'm going, and so that's why I'm doing that.
so is it a
Over a
smaller
hundred
unit
dollars.
or a bigger unit to accommodate the other smaller units you were paying for?
It's two medium-sized units, and I'm combining all of it into one.
Gotcha.
I love crocheting. It's like a therapy, and it is. Number
I
two, I use a what is it? A J. I use the letter system.
I know a lot of people that you do crocheting and knitting and things like that to get get that take the edge off, be able to relax a little.
Scarlett, follow her on Facebook. She is doing okay. I keep up with her on Facebook. She shows up in the chats every now and then, but she's been definitely active on Facebook. It is. I love it. I leave the movie stuff to my cousin. My cousin.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Okay. Jay, the thing about crocheting is you can do
Yeah.
why and where. Yeah, that's true. I actually, what I loved about it too was when I was going through my chemo, I would bring my bag with me and work on like a hat, a scarf, or an Afghan. And that's how I sold things while I was going back and forth through my physical therapy and my chemo. And it was amazing on how many orders I wound up getting and going back and forth and selling. Yeah.
You know, Randy, I worry about it becoming a lost art form. You don't hear about a whole lot of people, you know, these days picking it up as a hobby or, you know, all of those really cool things that people have always done by hand. You know, now it's becoming quaint rather than like a skill.
I
And
tell you what,
I'm
I'm gonna go up real quick in my crafting room, which is now upstairs. I'm gonna get the Afghan I'm working on, and I'm almost done. I just gotta do the outside. I'll be right back with it.
But you know, it's sad to me that there aren't, you know, I don't know if that's what happened to Joanne's Fabrics, that you know, was it bad management or was it, you know, a lack of interest in the ideas to be able to keep themselves going. But it's kind of scary to see these things that people are used to creating by hand, and such a creative outlet, and we're not seeing a whole lot of people pick up on those and keep carrying it forward. I mean, uh, same thing with quilting or any of those others. It seems like there aren't enough people that are still interested in. We got to figure out a way to get younger generations to jump in and keep moving those things forward, so we don't lose the concept of handcrafted items, um, over constantly mass produced stuff. Yeah, I liked Joanne's for other stuff. I mean, I wasn't a I you know I'm not a crafter, but uh I'm obsessed with like stickers, and I don't do scrapbooking, but always loved all the cool little stickers and miniatures and things like that they would carry. I've heard the same thing about Hobby Lobby. They also have pretty decent clearance uh, most of the time.
All right, these are just some of the projects I'm working on, and when I do scarves and hats, I do H, which is 5 millimeter hook. Right now, I'm almost done with this blue one. It's a scarf I'm making.
Ooh, I love that shade of blue.
Again, that's the hook I'm using for that one. And this is the actual Afghan. So all I got left to do is the shell edge is what I do, a shell. I'm gonna have to stand up on this one because it's pretty big.
Oh, those colors are great.
There's the center,
Wow.
and then it goes all the way around. And it's a large granny square. And right now, the only
That
thing I got left to do is finish the edge with the shell finish. And this is gonna be a queen size.
I love the colors in that. That
And
is
that
really
that one I'm,
beautiful.
I'm finishing. That's all I got left to do on that one. And this is another scarf and hat set I made. I think I have both. I got to make the hat on this one.
These are
Both
great
are
color
good.
combinations, Johnny.
I love doing the variegated because it makes it for a better design. That one's completed. I just got to do a hat. I want to do a hat for that one. And then I have this one.
I really love these color combinations. These are awesome.
This one I'm almost done with.
Oh, that that right there, my friends. Look at the color in that.
I love
Wow.
doing varieties of colors. This one is called Gemstone is the color.
That is all my favorite shades of color right in one item.
Look,
I'm gonna have to get you to make something for me, Johnny.
I've done multiples of these and only have one of these left, even for an infant. I couldn't go without doing an infant.
Oh.
There's the scarf and there's the beanie.
Oh.
I've sold so many of these that I have one left that I have to put some more together for an art show.
So how long does it take you to do one of those baby outfits?
I
The
can do
scarf
that
and
in
hat
less than a day. If I put my
in,
mind to it, I could do it in less than a day.
in your copious amounts of free time.
And I could probably do two a day if I just did that. But that's just some of what I do. That's not counting all the quilts.
Oh, that
And I can
gemstone
learn that from my grandmother.
that gemstone fabric you have is
Love
awesome.
that color.
Oh my gosh.
I remember TGNY. My grandmother used to buy her fabric, her threads from there, her yarn. Hobby Lobby. I don't shop at Hobby Lobby. And it's very relaxing. But I learned from my grandmother. Oh, and then I use a different hook for each one. Like I use a H, a J, and an I are the three that I use. And it's for a baby when I use a small.
See,
Oh,
Joanne, you post something like that, and now I'm gonna lose the rest of my day because I'm gonna go research that, and I'm the type that just is gonna fall straight down the rabbit hole, and I am gonna be spending the whole rest of my day learning about all the different hooks and everything else. So thanks.
That is a switch I used for the scarves as well.
Okay, Jennifer, I'm glad it wasn't just me because I looked up at the top too and saw that there were no viewer, and I was like, what's up with that?
Yeah, I
I just
see
didn't
that.
say anything, thinking it was something in EV Mux that I wasn't
I
understanding.
think it's YouTube because I have zero on my side. And I do both. I actually do a lot of special orders when it comes to crocheting. And then, for example, I did one which I've learned the hard way on my lesson on this one. Just the material alone to make that Afghan was over $150. I should have asked for a deposit, which I never did, and they didn't buy it. They didn't pay for it, so no deposits were ever made. So I can sell it once I'm done. So yeah, I do both. I love it. I actually learned how to crochet and quilt from my grandmother in her living room. Yeah, I do too. I love it doing it on the with the variegated very thread, the yarn. Takes less than 2 hours. Yeah, it depends on what I'm doing, and if I have some of mine to that's all I'm going to do, I can get it knocked out. Why does it say zero? I don't know. That's a good question. In Franklin Variety Store.
I do remember Ben Franklin. Although, you know what, they were owned by some other major. I can't remember who it was that owned them or bought them at some point, but there was a major brand behind Ben Franklin's. I just don't remember who it was.
Cheesy toasties and a salad wrap.
Now, so I'm guessing salad means something else over there than what it does over here. So I'm guessing you just mean veggies, right? Because like
Yeah,
over
most
here, a
likely.
salad is like a bowl with lettuce and tomato and salad dressing.
Let me see. What is this showing on YouTube right now?
Okay, Donna. See, I'm not. I. It's the same thing for me. I grew up in Florida, so I was used to seeing Ben Franklin everywhere. It was actually when I left Florida that I could never find another Ben Franklin. But it's Ben Franklin to me is like the equivalent of like Winn Dixie, right? Like there's those things you just find in Florida that you or Piggly Wiggly that's still somewhat out of the South, but you
Mhm.
always find them in Florida. And you just don't necessarily find them everywhere else. But yeah, that's where I grew up on the Ben Franklin was living
I
in
remember it
Florida.
was Woolworth too. Yeah. I used to love it when we got great report cards. We used to go there and eat at the deli, at the
Woolworths?
counter.
Yep.
Right now it's saying we got 42 views in the chat. I don't know what's going on. Let's see here. Woolsworth was another store. Yes, my grandmother. We always went over there. Always.
It's where we used to go.
That was
Where we
like
used to go to
downtown.
as a kid. It's where we used to go to get our parents' birthday presents because it was affordable. For there was always something the kids could afford from their allowance to be able to pick up for. Although we always got dad like soap on a rope and chocolate covered cherries.
Or the lifesavers in the book.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
I don't know why. I always look forward to that every year because I knew I was getting it from my grandmother. Let's see here. The Wiggly. We used to have them all over in Louisiana. Gaylords. I remember Gaylords. That was another store. Oh, what was that other one? West Brothers. That was another one we
Yeah.
used to shop.
Yep.
Plastic canvas. Yeah, I didn't do anything with plastic. What's up, Chuck? Piggly Wiggly and Bennett. You're still in around in Wisconsin? What? Southern salad can be cold. Yeah. I went Dixie closed down. Yeah, a lot of them closed down.
Randy, I love what they call ambrosia, the whipped cream and the mandarin oranges and the fruit cocktail all mixed together. Oh, when I worked for
The pistachio
Publix,
pudding.
when I worked for Publix as a kid, that was like that every time I went on break, that was one of the things. I'd go over to the deli and get a big thing of ambrosia for my break.
Miss Denise says she worked. Her first job was at Woolsworth.
Denise, you are way too young to have worked at Woolworths.
Piggly Wigglies. I can see you working at Piggly Wigglies.
In Rhode Island, I had no idea they went that far north. For some reason, I always thought Piggly Wiggly was just a southern chain. Oh,
I saw an old
Matt,
rotary
Radio Shack.
phone that had the Radio Shack sign underneath it. That's where it was from. That's what reminded me about that too. Yeah, I
Matt,
used to love it.
Radio Shack as a kid was like my happy place. That was all the cool technology.
And get to be part of the Battery Club.
Yes, yes.
I love
Absolutely.
it. Every time I needed a battery and I wasn't part of the club, I'd just go use it. Yeah. I remember those lifesaver books. Yes, they were awesome. My grandmother, I always looked forward to it. Bonnie, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how
Good
are
morning,
you
Bonnie.
doing?
Good to see you.
I used to love Woolworth. Yeah. Especially when I started working and started buying Christmas gifts for my grandparents and my aunts and uncles. That's where I went. TJ&Y and Woolsworth. Yep. At the same time, I was waitressing at IHO. I bet you were waitressing at a high ho. That is a loaded statement right there. Woolsworth was downtown. Ours was downtown in our area too. I remember going in there as a kid. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get some links dropped. If you would go ahead and take over the chat real quick,
Yeah,
Jay,
absolutely.
where we are there, so I can get these links dropped.
Yep.
We having such a good conversation, I forgot to drop them. That time I have to cheat. So
Denise says, "Do you remember Musicland?" Absolutely, and I think Musicland eventually got bought by either, I think they got bought by Sam Goody, uh, and I used to work for the Camelot Music. So when I was a Walden bookstore manager, and I was an assistant manager at Camelot Music in the same mall. I don't know if people remember that one. Chuck says we still have Radio Shack 2. They're hard to find. There's a couple that are sort of independent. They're not the original Radio Shack chain. I know overseas Radio Shack still exists. There's a international company that bought the rights to the name, and it's online. But they're supposed to be coming back. They're supposed to be. They talked a couple years ago about a big relaunch of Radio Shack, mostly online, but possibly actual brick and mortar stores again.
really, that
Yeah.
should be interesting.
So Ashley, Musicland was, you would go in to buy all of your records and your CDs and your cassettes. I should say in order. Originally it was LPs, then it was cassettes, then it was CDs. But it was the place. It was one of the places in the mall to go get your music. Um, no streaming back then.
That's right.
Carol, were you a hi ho? That's a
She's still a
loaded
high.
comment right there. That's a loaded comment.
Hello, Ellen. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. I made ambrosia salad every. Yeah, I don't make it anymore, but I used to. It was a high recommendation every year, so I did.
And I'm
Jay,
curious. I'm curious
what?
on the ambrosia. Some people make it with whipped cream, and some people make it with, I don't know, is it sour cream or something
I
else?
make it. My recipe that I always did it with was whipped cream and pistachio pudding and all the other stuff.
My mom used Cool Whip.
Um, you can either use walnuts or pistachio.
But I know some people make a more savory version of it where it's not the whipped
Yeah,
cream, it's something else.
I always did it with whipped cream.
Yeah, and Michael, I know HEB is like the the crown prince of Texas. Everybody loves them.
Yeah, you still are one girl. You right about that one. Let's see. Chuck, Chuck, did you get your show ready for this week? Everyone was so happy to see you had your thumbnail ready early. I was so proud of you. So hoping you keep it up. Are y'all still doing your auctions on Wednesday? Chuck, you would know, huh, Chuck?
Uh,
Cheryl, hello, good morning, and welcome, and I hope you're doing well.
Good morning, show.
Hope you're
And
feeling better.
yeah, Chuck, you ain't wrong.
You would know, Chuck. Heavy whipping cream, any marshmallows soaked overnight is what. Yep,
Ooh,
yeah, exactly. Yep, heavy whipping cream. Marshmallows and an orange.
sour cream. See that exactly, Carol. That's the other version, and I just don't like that as much as the whipped cream version. I have to. I've learned I have to ask now when if it's on the menu somewhere. I've learned I have to ask what their base is.
Which version it is? Yeah, I've never made it. I've never even tried yogurt either.
You know, Ellen, I agree with you. I like coconut in mine. A lot of people don't include it, but I definitely like coconut in mine.
I've always used coconut. But again, in every region of the country is always different. But I've
Yeah.
never used the sour cream one. I have used heavy whipping cream, but I always soak that with the marshmallows for overnight first. And I also soak the coconuts in it as well in the heavy whipping cream. I love coconut in mine.
Now, Jennifer, have you tried it? You can't say you don't like it if you haven't tried it. We're gonna have to get you to sit down at the table. If we
My grandmother used to always say, if you don't say you don't like something, if you never sat there and ate it and tried it. And I don't. I won't say it until I try it.
My husband yesterday made a salad that is very popular apparently in Peru, where he's from. And I have to say, it's the first thing he's made for me in 21 years that I didn't like. And I felt awful having to tell, he had this look of expectation on his face, like he thought I was going to be in love with it, but it had beet juice and beets as the base of it, and I just can't do beets. And I felt so bad. He was so
Never said
excited for me to
yes,
like it.
but it was gross. So yes, she has tried it.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. You're forgiven.
Have you ever had Vegemite?
Oh no. From all the horror stories I've heard, I will not that yeah, that's not just an acquired taste. That's
That's what I will not try either. I can't say I like it or don't. I just won't try it because I've
I,
heard too many horror stories.
you don't my policy is not to eat anything from an area where the spiders are big enough to eat your entire body in one swoop.
I think I like millionaire's pie.
What's I haven't heard of millionaire pie. What goes in that, Debbie? It sound
Just doesn't have the man. It must be the same,
Debbie
but doesn't have the mandarin oranges.
Debbie
I
comes up
used
with
to use
a
fruit cocktail.
exactly.
You can,
Or
yeah.
But Debbie always comes up with cool food names. I'm always like, what is she? Where does she live that she's got these really cool things that nobody else
I've
seems to
never
talk
heard of
about?
that either.
Hey, good morning, flip flops and lollipops.
Hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. It's called fluffy fruity salad. Never heard of a protege.
Fluffy.
Eats fried in butter.
Chuck, the best way to eat beets is to cook them up and then put them in the trash. That's the best way.
Well, why even buy them if you're gonna do that? Don't look a
It's
lot
the
of
only
those
way. It's the only way
vegetables.
it works is in the trash can.
I love beets. You won't eat fruitcake either. I only eat it if it's. I gotta know who's it from.
Uh,
Flip flops and lollipops. How are you doing? Good to see you. How's that weather down in the Louisiana area?
so
I'll give
Jennifer,
a.
if you don't,
I used
Jennifer,
to
you,
eat beets and liver, but not. Oh,
Jennifer,
beets.
you don't eat fruitcake. Will you eat panettone? So, the bread with the candied fruit in that instead. That's big in Latin countries, especially for celebrating Christmas and New Year's. We're addicted to it. It's a sweet bread with like a sweet dough with a little bit of candied fruit in it. Oh, with butter.
Um,
Oh,
I used
Luis
to eat
literally just
beets and
brought
then
two
onions, but
back
not
from
anymore.
Peru on the plane with him.
So Matt says I like to make myself a Thai salad, crunchy, crunchy wonton strips, peanut spicy sauce.
Thai salad's
Chicken
awesome.
shell. Sounds good. I don't know what millionaire. I have never heard of it.
But I bet I can't afford
An
it.
old recipe, Jay. Google it.
That's gonna be my new response to Mike. Are you Googling it? Google that.
Mike says, "You want to look at it? Look at it. You know you want to." All right, let me make sure and check this out. I'm curious.
Yeah, Randy, I agree. Certain ones get a very orangey taste to it, like a very citrus taste to it. All depends on who makes
Guess
it.
what? It's exactly like it, except they use sweet condensed milk, lemon juice, whipped cream, crushed pineapples, pecans, cherries on graham cracker crust.
Ooh, it's much more tropical. That sounds really good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I Googled it real quick. Nothing better than. Hmm, Peanut pie was very popular in Lucy. Okay. I'm not sure who that was. I've never heard of it.
Oh, he said Lubies. There was a correction there.
Lucy. Oh,
No, he corrected it to
okay.
Lubies.
Movies. I don't know what that one is. We always end up talking. Yes, that's right. Pickled beets are okay. I love beets, especially pickled. Johnny, my daughter loves the nail item. Awesome. Did you make sure to get your moon pies? Little pickled beets. There are plenty of things I won't eat, just like, yeah, again, yeah, there's limitations. It's raining
I,
down there. Ouch.
I'm a texture person. There's certain textures that really turn me off. That I look at it and I'm just like, nope, I can't eat that.
I eat beets again, like in moderation, and I love them cold with a little bit of salt. Walmart Xmas time. They always have them out, but I've never eaten it. I tried it once and I didn't like it. I found it was too dry. I don't like
It
this type
depends,
of stuff
it,
that's too
it
dry.
depends on the manufacturer, but the manufacturer we get from Peru sometimes has American distribution too around Christmas, and that one is about as soft and moist as you can possibly get. We have to eat it really slowly and like savor it so we don't run out. In Peru, though, it's
Yeah,
available year round.
it sounds like a tropical cake, pie. This link is ready. Oh, there's her link. Where it went? If y'all haven't checked out Donna's her crocheted items, awesome work. Reminds me of when my grandmother used to do all that. She used to always make crochet dolls for different people. Is butternut brownie pie? That sounds good.
Mm.
Mr. Mr. Taco Salad inventor. I've never heard of them. I am hungry. She hasn't eaten yet.
I know. I have. It's only 6:30 in the morning here. I haven't had breakfast yet. It's all making me hungry too.
Can't eat soggy like really. Let's see. Only thing I won't eat is chicken feet. Never eaten any of that. I can't eat it anyway. Now my grandmother, speaking of fish eggs, the fish eggs would be something my grandmother used to fry for us. Oh, that was so good. Yes.
There are
My
some things
daughter.
that's just not necessary to eat.
Oh, but it's good fried.
Oh
Anything
yeah,
is good fried.
yeah, Chuck. When you go into the market over there and you see all the different potatoes, and they all really truly have a different flavor. Every single one. No two are the same.
Sorry. Poor Susie says I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet too, but I still talk about food. I just don't eat it. Didn't know
Look at the
today's
bright
topic
side,
would be
Susie.
about
No
food.
calories from just talking about it.
That's true. Favorite letters in the word. Mia, hello, good morning, and welcome. I hope you're feeling better.
Good
You're
morning,
still
Mia.
sick. Have to
Oh
cancel
no,
tonight's show. Oh no, nurse is coming over to the house today.
we
There's
gotta
something
get
I need to talk to you about. I'm trying to remember what it was I was
we
going
gotta
to tell
get
you.
you better, Miss Mia. We gotta get you better.
Yeah. Let's see here. Glad you put up another video today on the dress. Okay. Well, last cup of coffee. That does sound good. Oh, I won't. I don't eat defeat. No. I'm actually on I watch what I eat. I'm not particularly so on a called diet, but I have changed the way I eat things. I used to be on a seafood diet, eat everything I see, but now it's more in
Hmm.
limitation. No, I don't eat it. I don't eat it raw. Mm-mm. Gotta fry that up. Fry that up. I don't eat a lot of fried food anymore either.
Ugh, ugh,
Yes.
ugh.
But
My dad loves gefilte fish, and I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
well. So before we go ahead and end the show, Jay, don't forget to tell everybody what you got going on. I know you have a show coming up tomorrow night.
We do. We've got
What is that
our
gonna
we
be
got
about?
tomorrow night. We got our April Fool's show. Humor in writing. Come bring us your best jokes, your favorite funny books, and if you mention something in the comments or send us an email with your favorite title, if we use on the show, you get a free ebook from us.
And also don't forget Don't forget to make your comments on the videos. It gives you a chance to make sure it's a comment about something we discussed or talked about in the videos or the live shows. And you have until the end of this week, actually. Even though tomorrow's the last day of the month, I don't do the drawing until the first Monday of the month, which will be next Monday. Also, don't forget, tomorrow is the last day. If you're on eBay and you have a store level where you get a coupon for free shipping supplies, don't forget to make sure you use it before you lose it, because come Wednesday's a whole new one. So as I say before I end each and every show, if you would like to come on after the show's over, you're more than welcome to. That link is pinned to the top of the chat. And as I say before I end each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day until we meet again. Later. Peace out. And y'all come back now. You hear?
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reselling, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. See the special man.